and welcome. I'm Beth Graham. So if you're new, click subscribe below. We'll have a lot more of these movement videos limited to 5 minutes. And if you've been here before, this is something new I'm doing. So if you practice yoga or any type of strength-based movement and you take a class once a week, or perhaps you do a 20-minute video or a 40-minute video a couple times a week, this is meant to supplement your practice. Or if you're brand new to this type of movement, this is the beginning for you. So 5 minutes of daily movement. That's all we're going to do. And the reason is we want to get this mobility into our body, this strength-based mobility, where we'll be making a muscle and the opposing muscle groups will be lengthening. So it helps us just move a little freer through our day. So a lot of times when people are starting a program, they get these big grand ideas of what they're going to do. Like, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to lift weights for 40 minutes 3 times a week, or I'm going to yoga 4 days a week, or I'm going to start running and I'm going to run 3 miles 4 days a week. And then guess what happens? The goal is so big that nothing happens. It gets a little overwhelming. So what we're going to do in these videos is just 5 minutes of movement. And you can see, I'm in my street clothes. Do we still call these street clothes? I don't know. T-shirt, sweater, and jeans. That's what I'm going to keep on for these videos. Maybe sometimes you'll see me in yoga clothes, because that is a majority of what I wear with what I do. But we have no yoga mat, no props, and you can do these videos anywhere. You just need your phone, you need your YouTube, and then you can do it in your kitchen, your den, your bedroom, your living room. You can even go outside on the deck, anywhere that you can just connect and move for 5 minutes. These videos will be primarily for movement, opposed to focusing on more challenging yoga postures. So I would say they are appropriate for absolutely everyone. Excuse me. We might even do some of them sitting in a chair, okay? So we're gonna get started with 5 minutes, and I tell you, this timer that I bought, it's really loud, it's a little obnoxious, so have a little sympathy with that. So let's get started. I'm gonna push start. You just heard it, 5 minutes. All right, let's stand. And in our standing, feet are 6 inches apart. That means your heels are 6 inches apart. And then your heels are behind your second and third toe. Let's hold on to the hips, and then just reach your hips back, bending your knees, and stand tall. Reach your hips back, your sitting bones, your tush. Poke it back and stand tall. One more time. Reach the hips back, pause. Bring the weight into your heels. Make sure you can see the top of the foot. Then holding on to your pelvis, pull the front rim of the pelvis up. So what I'm doing is lengthening through the low back. Pull your lower belly in, and then hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers. Start to press your elbows back. Pull your belly in and press your heart forward. Stay here for a big inhale. Fill up. And an exhale. Standing tall, you'll bring your hands to your hips and step your left foot back. So I'm aligned a little bit more than heel to heel. That helps with stability. And my left toes are angled forward. Start to square. That means draw your left hip forward, right hip back, and then bend your right knee, just a micro bend. Then start to reach your hips, your sitting bones back. Look down to your front foot, your right foot, and then keep pulling your right hip back. Feel some length to the right side of your torso. And then come into airplane arms. So palms are facing down towards the floor. You'll draw your shoulder blades together, and and reach your fingers back. So you're pulling the tops of the shoulders from the ears. Keep pulling your right hip back. Pull your belly in, and then see if you can bring your chest a little lower to hip height. Stay here for another moment in time. Breathe in. Breathe out. On the next inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. There's a little bit of a deeper bend in your front knee. Start to pull your right hip crease back and then lengthen through the low back. So that means you're pressing the front of the pelvis forward. Pull the navel in. Begin to feel the lift of the chest up. Plug your upper arms down. Reach through the elbows and your ring fingers. Stay for another inhale. And on an exhale, step forward. Let your arms float down by your side. Stay for an inhale. And an exhale. Hands will come to your hips. Step your right foot back so you're a little bit wider than heel to heel. So you can even look. See if you're on a railroad track. And then start to draw the right hip forward, micro bend, just a slight bend of the left knee. And then you're hinging forward. So you can see as I hinge forward, I'll pull my sweater out of the way, you're pressing your sitting bones back. So imagine there's a wall right behind your tush. Press your tush back into the wall. Look down to your left foot. Keep pulling your left hip crease back. You can even use your left thumb like I am. And then come into your airplane arms. Notice my palms face down to the floor. And then I'm rotating my thumbs up towards the ceiling. And then keep pulling left hip back, navel in, and feel yourself pressing the heart into your front body. See if you can bring your shoulders down more towards hip height in time. And stay for another inhale. And exhale. Bend your front knee. Sweep your arms up. And then as you bring your arms up, drive your back heel down. Tuck your tailbone towards the floor. So it's a lengthening of the low back. Front belly draws in as you lift your chest. Keep pulling left hip crease back. Plug your upper arms down as you straighten your elbows and reach through your ring fingers. Stay here another inhale. And on an exhale, back foot steps forward and your arms float down by your side. So we are at 5 minutes. So thank you for joining me today. We're going to continue to move. Sometimes we'll be using a chair. Sometimes we'll be down on the floor. But I guarantee you, you'll really start to feel good again with this movement. Until next time, take much care.